Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit. And
finally got the duct on the car, and I have run about 2,000 kilometers and in regular intervals of logging, thanks to the Ecotech suite that is installed on the car. So the map sensor cooling kit is something that will enable you, as I now experienced firsthand, to keep the temperatures under control and get rid of any heat soak you may have in the engine bay. If you've been experiencing power losses that were very gradual but building in time through going fast with the car, especially in hot weather or on the track on rally stages, this is the issue. As we've seen in the previous video, Toyota on their 24-hour cars has been cooling the map sensor, and this is because it is in an area of very high heat. And of course, these sensors are made of plastic, basically outside, and therefore when extreme heat comes, they can strongly heat soak and then bring some false reading or some readings that are constantly too high. And by the time that you're going over 45 degrees and then reaching 55 degrees, you're gonna gradually get less power from your engine. And this is why this product has been necessary, the same way for Toyota themselves has been necessary to address this issue. What I've learned over these 2,000 kilometers is that on a stock airbox, as we were saying, the difference between the map sensor reading and the map sensor reading, the second one, as you can see in your logs, when under load, stays in average between 4 and 5 degrees. And the only non-OEM parts in the system now is the forge intercooler, but all the rest is stock on a stock engine and a stock map. So this is a huge result. And let me tell you just something about logging these temperatures. You always want to look into the logs of wide open throttle. This is because when you release throttle, basically the butterfly within the throttle body, as we call it in Italy, does not close completely, but it closes down to 12%, 14%, so almost closed. And all the air in the system coming from the turbo going through the intercooler basically comes to a very slow crawl. And what counts is how quickly the air is cooled down once you put your foot down, and then if that air goes up through the pulse. So say, for example, if you go third, fourth, fifth gear, if this manages to maintain, and if the system manages to maintain the same performance while not going up in the temperatures through prolonged sessions of pulling. And this is exactly what our duct does. So it takes air directly from the front, goes through the duct, and as you see, it's designed also to be in line with the system itself, and then the air can crawl its way back behind to the turbo. So this is a very, very nice and welcome addition. Obviously, as usual, through testing, we saw some things that we would have liked to perfect. So the actual design of the duct will be reduced in this front section because it just created more turbulence. So there's going to be a funnel that is as big as the air intake, but on the other side, coming to a more streamlined duct, similar to the rear tract here. And if you see, this duct here is moving a little bit because we also made a different setting in the rear, and we changed the width of the material, the thickness of the material on the duct, and this is already out in production. So as you see, we are streaming the air directly into the sensor. We're going to be about 2 centimeters shorter on this side. In this way, we can streamline both all the admission parts and the sensor itself. And to those of you that have an aftermarket inlet manifold, of course, you can also modify this duct to bring the air in the right way. Other important thing, this is the only product on the market now, but for sure, until maybe somebody tries to copy us, this is the only one that also gets rid of rainwater, because you don't want to spray rain on all these connectors out here, okay? So this is thorough engineering, and all the water that comes down is going to be blocked, as it is on the OEM, meant to be, by this thick wall coming up from the radiator bar. And the air that comes out with the water, on the other hand, is allowed to be pushed through and to cool the rest of the engine and then the turbo. And then there's suction at higher speeds from the transmission tunnel, and therefore the air is evacuated either by the transmission tunnel or by hood vents, by our hood vents, if you have them installed on the car. So I am very happy with this, and it is already in production. We opened pre-orders today, so you're welcome to buy this part of us, and in 2 weeks we're going to be shipping them out. The installation is like one bolt. The part fits down into the radiator bar just with one part that is like a centering piece, and then you have a bolt on the side and it's all done. So it's really a 2-minute install, but it makes a significant difference of the endurance of the car and how it works. So yeah, this is a new development and the first in the world, and let's keep things coming. We're very, very busy engineering. Cheers now.